sturdy Conibear wired to a pole, and we'll put some green saplings on the trigger, and we'll chop a hole in the ice and lower underneath the river for a beaver. Late season beaver trapping. Got only a couple days left this season, so we're out here trying to get this trap wired on here. Okay, so now I'm gonna get, now both sides are wired off. Right there, and a piece right there, so that's the way. I got some nice white shreddy bark. Just kind of wire these two together. This trap is 336 pounds per square inch of pressure. The only animal I can think of using it for is beaver. And the set I'm doing is an under ice set. Basically, I'm lowering it down on a pole under the water, and I'll be keeping it there underneath the ice, because in Wisconsin legally you don't have to check sets that are under the ice. So I will be leaving it out there for maybe a week, and then I'll come back and see what went on. Just gonna make sure this is very tight. I don't lose this bait. Make this the tightest bait you can imagine. It's my first time trying this before, so I have little to no experience. The only way I know how to do this is from a video that I watched. The guy seemed to know what he was doing, so I am basically copying what he did. Make this a tad bit shorter just so it can fit inside the trap. Okay, maybe I'll just bend the edges like that so it'll just fit inside the trap. Okay, now just wire it to the trigger. Get this reeds and stuff out of the way. Very delicious looking bait there. Just tie this off to the trigger. Put that in here. Try to put it on the wire so wire on wire contact is stronger. Okay, I think I just did that there. Tie this off. It'll look a little bit suspicious with all this wire, but I'm pretty sure the beaver will still like it. I mean, it's green wood, so just chop off a little bit of these rough ends here. Let's see. I'm going to bend this down. Just tie this off the trigger here. This is basically all the point of this is that when the beaver comes, he'll see this bundle and he'll want to take a nice big chunk out of it. So he'll try to take it, and when he does that, he'll do it with his mouth, and then the whole thing will get set off as soon as he bumps the trigger, and he shall be caught. I'm just kind of bending these out here. Okay. Oops. Let's see here. Maybe one more little tad of wire will do that. The reason I shaved it is because the more green it is, the more attracting it is. I'll just do this real quick here. Just tie this off. It is March 7th. It's about 45 degrees out right now. The water is, well, we're concerned a little bit about the water because it is kind of, in some parts it's open, but in some parts it's frozen, so I hope we're not going to fall through today. Basically all I want to do is just lower it into the water through a hole that I'll chop in the ice with my hatchet. And hopefully that'll be all that needs to happen. Okay, so now, to actually set the trap, we just already compressed the springs, but now I'm going to set the trap here. So lift it up with this new stick here, get all these reeds off here so it's not in the way. This new bit of bait hanging on there, looks very cool. Alright, now I'm actually going to set the trap. Here we go. This has to be over here. There we go. Okay, make sure everything's quite good here. Make sure the J-hooks are still in place. I'm going to put it on the last. The difference between these two notches is one takes a little bit more power to set off and one takes a little bit less. I'm going to put it on the more power for now, because right now I don't feel safe touching a very hair trigger trap, so I'll just set it on the hardest part possible. Still keep the J-hooks on. That's a very important step. If you don't keep the J-hooks on, it has a very good possibility of bouncing back at you and breaking your arm. And trust me, it will break your arm. Okay, so basically the trap is set. I have a pole that I'll lower onto the ice. I'll lower it sideways into the hole. Right now, the next video that we'll do is me making a hole in the ice. So see you guys in a couple minutes.